We are going to graph a circle this time for our inequalities. And the way that this works is we first want to review what it means to be, to have the inequalities. We have, if it's less than or equal to, it's actually going to be a solid line. If it were just less than, it would only be a dotted line. We're going to find points like there is an equal in our equation. It's an inequality, but we're doing that. But then we're going to shade the whole region that is our solution set for the inequalities. So just to remember what circles, how they work, just to remember how circles work, we want to recognize that we have this formula from a while ago that gives us the setup for a circle. So this tells us that the x in here is 0 and this one is going to be -3. So our center is at 0, -3, and then our radius is going to be the square root of 25. So while I have that, I will then go ahead and graph our circle. The circle is 0, -3. That's the center. And I'm going to move 5. So this is at the point 5, -3. I'm going to go to the left 5. This is at -5, -3. And then I'm going to go up 5. This is the point 0, 2, and down 5. And that should be -8, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, and we just do the best we can. We know that this is going to be a solid line. So just going to do the best I can without using a compass. I don't know if anyone remembers what a compass was, but I have that. That's a good part there. All right, now for these, if it were just less than and there was no equal to, I would make this a dotted line around, okay? For these problems, it's really a good idea, instead of picking a test point somewhere else, pick the center as the test point. That's the best one to use. So I'm going to use this as my test point. And so what I'll do, remember when we are looking to do the shading, we go back to the original. With the inequality. So I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to also put in my center point, which is 0, -3. So that's going to be 0 squared plus -3 plus 3 squared. And we're wondering, is this less than 25? Is it? So we end up getting over here 0. And the answer is yes. This is true. So we're going to shade the center, which ends up telling us that it's going to be all of this in here. Everything in the middle is where we're going to shade. I apologize for the colors, but everything's inside. Now, if we take the same circle and we're wanting to try something a little different. Let me just do. So let's say we take this circle and we're not looking at less than or equal to anymore. Now we're going to look at x squared plus y plus 3 squared is greater than 25. So when we do that, let's think about what would change. Well, one thing that would change is that we know that this is going to give us a dotted line. And the other thing that would change is plugging this in. So let me go ahead and erase. Let me erase this. All right, so now if I'm looking at greater than 25, if I plug this in and I have 0 is greater than 25, we're going to know that where our center is, that this is not possible. This is actually false. If it's false, there's nothing wrong with getting a false answer for our test point. It just means wherever our test point is, which right now we're using a center, that means everything else out here is where we would shade for it, like that. Okay, so that's how we know all of these problems out here, all of this solution set, they are our answer for x squared plus y plus 3 squared is greater than 25. Okay, just wanted to share that with you. So that's how we would do the inequalities. Thank you.